Bookish Santa was holding a book fair from 21st to 30th of July and I decided to check it out. I got ready in my coziest and comfiest clothes and my tote bag and my phone and my specs to go to a book fair. Obviously my first stop was a coffee shop, had to get all energized, and then it was game time. I went thinking I'll take a couple of books, but the collection was so good and the quality was so amazing, I went a little crazy. The brutal combination of rain and getting a kg of books for 300 rupees just made me crazier, and I got a lot of books. A lot of books. A lot of books. And now it is time for a haul. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very nice. I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Hi, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please do consider subscribing. Welcome to the family. If you watch all my videos, you know this is not me. This is not what I do. But if this is the first video you're watching, you must know that I don't become so impulsive most of the times. Most of the times the books that I buy, I wait for sales. I'm very good at buying books, and I'm rarely impulsive about buying books. But when I went to the book fair by Bookish Santa, oh my god, I was not expecting them to have such an amazing collection. One, and two, such amazing quality of books. Most of these books are second hand, or I think all of them are second hand, but so many of them are almost new, and I just went completely crazy. It was not helpful that Himalaya was with me at the time. That man has been pushing me to get books since the beginning of time. I remember in college when it had just been like 2 days since we had met. We were just sitting and he showed me this book that he's reading, and he was like, you know what, they're coming out with a new book and it's really good. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh my god, it is a really good book. And that book was for like 349 rupees or something. But then I was like, oh, I don't have the money right now. I'm going to save up and I'm going to buy it later. And then he was like, didn't you spend like 400-500 rupees in McDonald's yesterday? And then he was like, if you can spend money so easily on junk food, which is not very good for your body anyhow, then why is it so difficult for you to spend money on a book that will actually help you in your life? And since that day, I never stop myself from buying books, but I never buy books impulsively too. However, I was still controlling myself here and there, but he was like, Anchal, you're not going to get such good books at such amazing prices ever again. So why are you missing out on the chance to buy good books? It can be counted as free because of how cheap these books were. So why not just buy it? And then my impulsive doors opened, and then this happened. This is the entire story of what has happened. But in the end, do I regret going crazy over there? No, absolutely not. The book fair is also going to be held by Bookish Santa in Vadodra and Surat very soon. So you can go over there also. And if you want to know where they're going to hold these book fairs more, in which other cities, on what dates, what timings, I'm going to leave their Instagram link in the description. You can go follow them and be updated. Now that the intro is over, let's get to the meaty part of the video, which is unboxing the 26 books I got from the book fair held by Bookish Santa. First we have Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. I already have Eat, Pray, Love, but that is the movie tie-in edition, and I do not usually prefer movie tie-in editions. I want the actual real cover, and this is literally like the best cover ever. Eat is like this Italian pasta sauce because she went to Italy. Pray is Rudraksh because she came to India, and Love is all of these flowers and things because she went to Bali. So I love this cover so much, and the Eat, Pray, Love that I do have, I am going to give that away. Next we have Everything is Eliminated by Jonathan Safran Foer. I really hope I'm taking the name right. The cool thing about this book is that I saw the book like this and I just bought it. I did not check the book over there, and then I came back home and I opened the book and it turned out to be upside down, and I was like, oh my god, I did not get the right book. But then what actually happened is that this cover is literally the same on both sides. So I was just opening the book wrong. The book is supposed to be open like this, and then the text is fine. How cool is that? This author is the author of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which is one of my most favorite books ever. It was a top read of 2022. I have been wanting to read his other books since so long. I finally have it and I cannot wait to read it. Next we have Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Healy. First of all, I am literally in love with the cover of the book, and second of all, it's underrated, and third of all, I read the blurb and it's about a woman who keeps forgetting everything in her life, but she has this feeling that a woman named Elizabeth is missing, and now we don't know who Elizabeth is, we don't know why she has this feeling, we don't know know anything, but we go on a journey to search for Elizabeth with our main character. I have no idea what the story is going to be once I read it, but the blurb is insanely interesting, so I got it. And next, another book that I had wanted since a very long time. I was going to listen to it as an audiobook, but I started listening to it and I could not concentrate on the audiobook, which is why I decided I'll get the paperback version, but it was not on my priority list. However, as soon as I entered the book fair, this was the first book that caught my eye, and I was like, oh my god, I have to get this book. It is The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey, I'm not going to pronounce that, Niffenegger. I am going to Google that name and pronounce it better next time. I do not remember what the book is about, but I am so excited to actually have a second-hand copy of this book, because Time Traveler's Wife is such a time traveling thing that you go to the past and you come to the present, and this book has yellow pages now because it's second-hand, and it just gives me so much more of like that historical fiction feeling. I cannot wait to read from this edition. Next, now we have to cut open the stack. I'm telling you, I literally got the best books ever. We have It's About Love by Stephen Candon. This is a new copy, I'm telling you. It's so good, the quality is so good. And just look at the cover, it is so amazing. This author is famous for his book called Tape. Now I have no idea what that book is, but I'm gonna give this book a shot, and after that, if I do enjoy it, I am going to read Tape next. I'm so excited about this one. The text inside is huge. Now the next two books, you guys, I think you already saw it, but I feel so lucky to have gotten to these books. The first book, I'm looking at it right now and I love it yet again. We have Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, but not just any edition. We have this golden edition. Look, it's completely gold foil. It's all embossed, so you can see it in real life. And then we have the spine which has white on it, so it's still going to look so good when it's on the shelf. And I got the the third book, which is Mockingjay by the same author. Obviously, it's a series. This one is not the silver edition, which is sad because I think Mockingjay in this edition is completely silver. If I do get it someday, I will buy it, and I have to buy Catching Fire to complete the series. Catching Fire was there, but I did not like the edition that was there, so I did not get it. But I do love this edition too, and for some reason this really goes well with each other for me. Wait, this comes out, thank god. I am hoping that the vibe of each book is going to be different from each other, and I think that the covers are going to catch the vibe well. I'm so excited to read it. I cannot wait to get Catching Fire, and then I'm making a reading vlog on this. I have been looking for good editions of this book since ages at this point. Every single time I go on Amazon to buy the books, I get the movie tie-in edition, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, though it's not completely ugly, but these ones are amazing. Quality is so perfect. I love it. They look so good together. Next, we have an underrated book, or like sort of like a book that I have never seen anywhere. There's another sticker on it. Let me just remove it. Model Undercover by Karina Alex. This is the story of a woman who is into fashion, or she is a model. All she wants to do in her life is to solve mysteries and investigate crime, and something happens after which she has gone undercover to investigate a crime. I got really high Miss Congeniality vibes from this one. I am literally in love with the cover, and I love Miss Congeniality. It's one of my most favorite movies ever. I watched it when I was very young, I think as a teenager or even before that, and since then it's been one of those inspiring, empowering movies for me. So I'm excited to see what this one is like. And next we have a book that I have wanted since a very long time. It is The Devil Wears Prada by Lauren Weisberger. I also have the second part of this book, which is like somewhere in the other stack, and I love this edition too. Now this one is a little worn out compared to all of the other books. I think this is the one that looks the oldest in the entire pile, but I don't mind it at all, because when you see the second book of this, you are going to see it looks good together. Devil Wears Prada is another one of those movies that I watched during that time when I watched Miss Congeniality, and these movies just have a huge impact on me. Now that I have the books, I'm excited to read them and feel all amazing again. Then we have the next stack. Ow! I didn't get cut, just snapped my hand over here. The first book in the next stack is The Dragonfly Pool. Look at this book. Just look at this book, the foiling, the cover. It is so beautiful, it is so pretty, and it is one of those kiddie books. I mean, I call them kiddie books. It's not meant for kids. I don't know if it is meant for kids or not. Also, the pages are also not yellow, so I feel like this is a new book, okay? But I read the blurb of it. I don't remember the blurb right now, but I remember it was so nice to read. I think it is set in a boarding school, or our main character is trying to avoid a boarding school. Whatever is related to a boarding school, I love that setting, because as a child, like as a teenager, there were like 2-3 series only that I read, and one of them was Mallory Towers. Mallory Towers was, I think, set up in a boarding school, and since then I have a soft spot for boarding schools, which is why I am so insanely proud of this purchase, this quality, and this book, and this cover, and the blurb, and everything. Next, I have wanted this book since so long. I think since I saw Lucifer for the first time ever, and I saw Cain and Abel in that, and I got to know like all of those things about, oh, who is Cain, who is Abel. Since then I've wanted this book, and the book is Cain and Abel by Jeffrey Archer, and not just any edition, the most beautiful edition you can find. This edition on Amazon was quite expensive, which is why I never got it. This time I did get it, and I am so happy about it. Again, the condition, I mean, even the pages are not yellow. It's literally new. It does have a few cracks in the spine, but I don't care. It's literally new. Next is The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson. Another book that I have been eyeing for a very long time. I think a lot of other books have come out that look like this. Now, I don't know if they're a part of a series or they're just by the same author, so they look similar. But this is the one that a lot of you guys have told me to read in the beginning of my journey on YouTube. And a lot of my Bookstagram friends also told me that, oh my god, how have you not read this book? So when I saw the book, I just grabbed it. I couldn't care less about anything else. And that's the reason I got this one. I don't even know what the book is about. I just want to see what it's like. Next, this one also is like literally new, and the cover, you guys, and the topic, and the blurb, and the title, oh my god. We have Annie Darling's The Little Bookshop of Lonely Hearts. Get ready for this. Look at that. Just look at that. Everything about this book stole my heart, and I just honestly, I just feel extremely lucky to have it. This is one book that makes me feel lucky to have it. It's a romance. I cannot wait to read this one because of the setting and everything else. And next we have a Cecilia Ahern, I really hope that's how you take the name, book. I know that she is a very popular author. Let me just see first of all, is it recording? Yeah, it is. She's a very popular author, but I've not read any book by her, and a lot of books by her were there in the fair, but this is the one that caught my eye cover wise and the blurb wise, and it is Thanks for the Memories. It's about a woman who is having strong deja vu about things, and she does not understand why she's having them, because she's having dreams or memories that are not her own. She does not remember making those memories, but we get to see what happens with that. Again, such an amazing premise, such a beautiful cover, and I want to see what the author is like. And if I like the author, I'm going to read more books by Cecilia Ahern. Next one, I wanted this edition, and I got this edition, and again, it's almost new. It's The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mac Haddon. This one is such a popular book. I love this edition of the book. The cover of the book, though, it just kills me that there's a dog and whatever is happening to the dog is happening. That is just so sad, but it's supposed to be one amazing book. I think some people also say that it's a classic, so I cannot wait to read this. Next we have Revenge Wears Prada. This one is in absolutely like new condition. It's that velvety feel. This one is apparently the second part of The Devil Wears Prada, but the movie was only The Devil Wears Prada. We don't see Revenge Wears Prada, but now I get to read it. The Devil Returns, and look at them together. It is so cool. Both red and yellow and the heels. I love it. And last in this stack we have Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. Now, Becky Albertalli has written co-authored one of my most favorite books ever, which is Yes, No, Maybe So, and I've not read any other book by this author, but after that I can just imagine that I am going to like the writing, so I got this one. Did you see the cover? Just like look at the cover. It's so So good. Then we have the last stack. First we have Room by Emma Donoghue. Oh, there's a sticker on it. I have to remove the sticker properly or it will leave that glue thing and I hate it. I'm not gonna remove it right now. I'll remove it later. It's leaving the paper behind. This is what the book looks like, and it's about a boy, a little boy who is trapped in a room and he does not even know that the real world exists outside till one day where because of something he does come to know. I don't know anything more than that. That's what the blurb says. But I am so excited about it because it sounds dark, a little disturbing, and you guys know I love dark and disturbing books. The cover is so beautiful. Again, almost new in condition. Next we have The Bookseller of Kabul by Asni. Okay, no, I can't take this name. I'll just take it when I'm reviewing the book, okay? This one also has a sticker. Oh god, oh god. This one is a non-fiction book. Book is about a bookseller who used to sell books without, I'm not gonna remove it right now, Sultan Khan, who sold books for more than 20 years. He was then arrested, interrogated and imprisoned, and he watched soldiers burn all of those books. And then I think in 2002 an award-winning journalist goes to his family and everyone to get to know what actually happens, and it's a non-fiction book, which means it's a real story. I think it is a story worth reading. I want to see what actually happened, and even though I do not read books like these, like I don't think I've ever read a historical book like this, I am very intrigued about this one. I cannot believe how intrigued I am, and I am in love with the cover too. Next, another beautiful cover, beautiful title and beautiful blurb. We have Meditation on Murder by Robert Thorogood. One murder victim, 5 suspects, and a classic locked room mystery. This is what the book looks like. What is this gorgeousness? And a meditation on murder, how dark can that get? I am so excited to find that out. Next we have another beautiful cover, beautiful story, beautiful book. Let me remove the sticker so you can see it properly. The Little Coffee Shop of Kabul by Deborah Rodriguez. Look at that, you guys. It's so pretty. It's about 5 women who come into one cafe, obviously in Kabul, and they're very different from each other. They come from different backgrounds. Their name is there on the back. Sunny, Yasmina, Isabel, Candice and Halajan, and they get together and they talk stuff and they do stuff, which I will only come to know once I read the book. I think it's going to be another very empowering story and I cannot wait for it. And it's just such a bonus when such good stories have beautiful covers. Next, I got a book that I am already in love with, but I listened to it as an audiobook and I wanted the physical copy, and I thought this is the best time to get the physical copy, which is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinbrook. Behind Her Eyes is one of the best test books that I have ever read. It left a mark on me like The Silent Patient or Rock Paper Scissors. I do not remember any book that is like Behind Her Eyes, so I am so excited to finally own the book now. I listened to it as an audiobook, so you can listen to it as an audiobook, and it is a series now also on Netflix, so you can watch that also. The series was not bad at all, but when you love a book so much, you need the physical copy of it, so I got it. Next, we got a book by Lisa Jewell. You guys, Lisa Jewell is becoming one of my favorite, Lisa Jewell is becoming one of my favorite authors. I've read 2 books by her, and then I saw this book in the fair and I was like, you know what, let me just get it. Also, this edition is so pretty. The book is The Night She Disappeared. This is what it looks like. I don't know what it is like, but I know it is going to be dark and I'm excited about that. The condition is amazing. It's almost new and I love that. Next, another beautiful book, The Bookshop of Second Chances. So I have The Bookshop of Lonely Hearts and now I have The Bookshop of Second Chances. Look at that cover. It is so small towny and pretty, and the title itself is so intriguing, The Bookshop of Second Chances. Honestly, I don't think I read what it is about because I love the title and I love the cover so much. I cannot wait to read it. Another amazing condition book. I know I'm saying that the books are in amazing condition again and again, but I'm just so shocked by it really that I got all of these books like this. Like, oh my god. Now I hope it makes sense why I became so impulsive and bought all of these books, and that I don't regret it. Next, we have Adults. This book I remember when it came out and I remember requesting for it to the publisher, but nobody knew me at that time, like in the publishing industry or anywhere actually, and so I did not get the book. And since then, this cover is imprinted on my head and the blurb is imprinted in my heart, and I have wanted to read it. Why didn't I buy it till now? I don't know, but then I saw it in the fair and I picked it up instantly. It is about a woman who is trying to understand what adulthood is like and coping up with it, and she is trying to become an adult herself, and we see her journey, something like that. I think it is a very interesting premise. I'm so happy that I finally have the book, and it's also sort of reminds me of how far I've come, because now I do get books from publishers and I feel so happy about that. Thanks to you guys actually, because you made it possible for me. Thank you. Last book that we have is Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. It is the winner of Crime Thriller of the Year. I don't know who defined it as a winner, but somebody did. The condition is so good. This is what it looks like, and I think this is one of the classics in thrillers. Like, everybody who loves thrillers, psychological thrillers, has read this book. So I finally got this one also. Do you see how amazing the books are that I got this time? And that is it. I'm probably going to be reading this book in the Reading Thrillers for a Week second part if I do make it. And that is it, you guys. These were all the books. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you're checking out the link in the description to see where Bookish Santa is coming next, and when they are going, and when they're organizing this fair, because I loved the fair so much. I cannot wait for them to come to Ahmedabad again when my bank account has refreshed a little bit and has a little more money to spend. But till then, you go ahead, check it out, have fun, make sure you're looking at each and every book, make sure you're getting good quality books. That's it. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.